What up, guys? It's Rowdy Rick back with another episode on the E36. As you guys can see, it has not been driven for quite some time, probably about a week. I got some new updates for you guys. I got an update for you guys. I've actually been dailying the E60. It's been running good. After all the small fixes that we did, all the gaskets and everything, the car's not leaking. The car's driving perfectly fine. I almost got into a wreck the other day though, up on Gilman Springs. I was driving. That's my friend right there. Just passed by, the neighbor. I was driving on Gilman Springs and I almost got in an accident. I went up a mountain a little bit and hit some rocks. Kind of messed up lower control arms. I ended up fixing it, but my alignment's still off a little bit and my steering wheel's a little bit shaky. So when I'm driving, it gets a little bit shaky. But other than that, it's been running fine. Except for the fact that right now I actually got to replace the transmission pan. I was driving on the freeway the other day and I ran over something. It might have been a tow hitch. I'm not completely sure. It was dark. And I ran over something and it came up and it hit my transmission pan. And it cracked and all my fluid leaked out. So I ended up getting the car towed here. And now I just gotta fix it. So right now, as soon as I pull it off, I'll show you guys the damage, see what happened. But if you can see, my front bumper got kind of messed up. So I'm gonna have to take this shit apart, fix it. And you can see man, it's kind of bad, but I mean, what could you do, right? What could you do? Let's get the show on the road. I'm about to get this car up as high as I possibly can. And we'll start on the work right now. See if you guys can see that. Get a closer look right now. All right, guys, so we're getting underneath the car. Take a look at what happened. So something rolled under here and hit my shit. As you can see, hit right here. Luckily, it didn't hit my fucking oil filter housing. Mess anything up in there. Everything looks pretty good, but I felt it roll back, and bam. What in the world do we have here? Mangled up heat shields, but this is the main thing. Exactly, look at that. This is where it hit. Broke my fucking pan. I mean, broke my pan. And I got transmission oil all through the back because I was on the freeway when it happened. So I was going like 80, 90. Bam! Fucking just started spilling oil everywhere. But whatever. Let's get this done. This will literally only be like a 5-minute job. We'll do this in like 5 minutes, guys. Ain't nothing we can't handle. Yo, so check it out, guys. Luckily, nothing on the valve body got damaged. So we got away with just having to replace the oil pan. That's what I'm talking about. Lucky, blessed. Thank you. Now, I didn't check, or I forgot to ask to see if the new pan comes with any gaskets, because hopefully it does. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to run back to the store and grab a gasket. But let's take a look. See what we got here. So from the looks of it, it already comes pre-gasketed, so we ain't gotta worry about a gasket. Just clean up and go. What an easy job. Right here it says no, you don't have to do a crisscross pattern. After all screws are installed, tighten screws in order 10 to 21 or 1 to 24 depending on transmission application. Torque to 10 Newton meters. Cool. I'm gonna put it up nice and even because I'm gonna put some of this oil in. The ATF 1800. This was going in. We gotta get the car nice and even though, and put some oil in there. Get it up to temperature and top it off. So let's get the show on the road. All right, guys, so obviously all my tools are at the shop. But what I got here is a 8mm Allen wrench. I got 8mm socket because I know I'm gonna need leverage down there. And I got a Quinn screwdriver, so it's squared shaft that fits perfectly in this 1/4 inch, so I could get some leverage down there so I could open up the fill plug. I don't know how good you guys can see this, but the fill plug is right here on the passenger side towards the back. It's an 8mm. Now let's try by hand first, see if we could get it out. God, just as I suspected, it's gonna be a fight. There we go. But the makeshift tool worked like a charm. I could just pull it out. And there it is. All right, guys, so check it out. I thought I was just gonna use the little hose that comes out with this, but I think I'm actually gonna dump the fluid in here. As you can see, it's a clean bucket. And I'm gonna just pump it in with one of these pumps. I think it's gonna be easier than actually doing it with the little hose right here. So I'm gonna put 6 quarts in here, 6.5 quarts in here, because I got 10. But I don't want to use them all if I don't have to. So I'm gonna start off with 6.5, and we'll go from there. All right, guys, so I'm gonna run you through the filling process on these transmissions. For the most part, you fill up the transmission with the car off, and you go ahead and pump as much fluid as you can. And once you get that fluid to start dripping out, you have to go to the top, turn the car on, cycle through the gears, come back down, take out the fill hole, and start pumping more in again until it starts dripping out. But in this case, I wasn't using the right tool, so this hose would just drip out continuously. But I know it wasn't because it was filled, because you would take the hose out and you see nothing dripping out. So what you got to do is just keep filling it up until you get like a good amount coming back out. Once you pull the hose out, you'll see that a lot of fluid will still be coming out. That's when you know it's filled up. If I had the right tool, it'd be easier to show you guys, but we had to do with what we got. And as you can see, shit was getting hot down here. I was burning my hand, and there was a lot of fumes from hot transmission fluid. So if you could get the right tool, I suggest you get the right tool, because for the most part, this was kind of the hardest part right here. I burned myself a lot. And you see the oil dripping right now? That means that transmission was full. I just couldn't get my hand back in there to plug the hole. I was really struggling. I had burned myself already a couple times, so I was just like, oh man, what do I do? But I let a little bit drip out. I went and right here, I was actually cycling through the gears again. And then I said, all right, let me put a little bit more fluid in there and pump some more in. If I had a helper, I would have been able to see like, oh, there's fluid already coming out. So I just kept I overfilled it. I'm not gonna lie, I overfilled a little bit, so you can see all this fluid coming out. And it's hot fluid. So I was like, I'm burning myself. So I got a rag and I covered my hand and tried to do it. But then the rag was getting hot because the fluid was hot. So just know, guys, it's a big mess down here. You got to be prepared.
soggy?
Yeah. All right, guys, as you can see, I made quite a mess. Burned myself. Bumper still not there quite yet. Oil everywhere. But about to go take it for a spin. See how she pulls. Probably take her to the car wash real quick. Come back, clean this mess up. See what else we can do.